All right, guys, Ryan from Husky Moving here, Arlington, Massachusetts. We are a full-service moving company, residential, commercial. We do disposable. Okay, we do disposal, handyman. We do a lot of artwork mounting, TV mounting. What have I been doing recently? Tomorrow I'm reassembling exercise equipment and doing a move. Today I was prepping staging furniture for a much larger move. What else have we done? Reattached some stairs the other day, did some drywall mudding. If it involves a house, I try to get it done. What else did I do today? Today I did cleaned out a dryer lint vent as well. That was a new one. Never done that before. Anyway, I wanted to do a quick video. I am not in work attire right now because I just left the hospital. But I've been meaning to do this video, and free time has been limited because of work, and my dad's in the hospital, and there's just been a lot going on, which has not left a lot of free time, which means I'm doing video in Biggie Small shirts. But I did have something I wanted to talk to you about a little bit. So I'm on a forum group of guys who do like handyman type work. And one of the guys chimed in the other day and wanted to talk about something. He had a job that he was very clearly kind of upset about because he didn't get a good review on. And so the original post said something. I got booked to do some moving, and they hired me for a specific window. And I pre-warned them ahead of time that I might not be perfectly within the window. I might be a little bit late if one of the jobs ran late. So that's how he was trying to avoid conflict. And he was upset because he wound up getting like a 3-star review. And the way he presented it to us was 3-star review because he had also told them he was going to do a 2-hour minimum. And the job actually took him an hour to do. And so at the end of the hour, the customer was like, hey, I have some stuff, some furniture I would love for you to assemble. And the kid was like, yeah, I don't have tools for doing that. And also, that's not what you hired me for. And I got to get to another job. So with a little bit of prying, what we actually found out was, and he didn't really offer up this information because I think because he knew he was kind of in the wrong, what he had actually done was he booked a bunch of jobs all in a row. He wound up working until I think 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. He got a 2-hour minimum on this job. He didn't bring tools to the job. It sounded like maybe on purpose. And he was really upset because he thought that he was getting taken advantage of. And not all of, but the vast majority of the people in the thread were like, yo, we think you're kind of in the wrong here. And so what I want to talk to you about is that, like, professionalism and 2-hour minimums and blah, blah, blah. The guy was getting paid for 2 hours worth of work. So in my mind, he should have done 2 hours worth of work. Now, oftentimes when you go to do small jobs, they'll have you do a specific amount of work, and then that's all they want you to do it for. So let's just say for shits and giggles, they thought it was going to take 2 hours and it takes an hour and a half. What I always do at the end of literally every job, regardless of what I got hired for, is I will ask them, hey, is there anything else you want me to take care of while I'm here? Very basic question, and I'm a service professional, and my job is to book hours and book time, and, there's rare occurrences where that doesn't happen, but it's very rare. It would have to be at the very end of a very long day. But even then, it's still just part of my job. I just ask them at the end, hey, is there anything else you need me to take care of while I'm here? And what else do I want to talk about? Not having tools. So if you go out on a moving job, he got hired for a moving job. If you go out and hire for a moving job, you have to bring tools with you to be able to assemble and disassemble furniture. That's part of your job. Whether you like it or not, that's part of your job. That's part of the expectation, is that anything that needs to get broken down for safe transport or to make it fit inside of a truck is your responsibility. Whether you like it or not, that's just part of the moving business. It's like day one shit, you learn that. And so for him to go out and say that he didn't have tools necessary to assemble furniture that had come boxed from presumably IKEA or Wayfair in my mind, is absolutely ridiculous, because I know for a fact when you're assembling those things, there's like 5 tools you need. Drill, but you don't even need a drill. You can use just a hand screwdriver. Oftentimes you'll need a bit set, but you can get a bit set that fits in a box like this big. Oftentimes you'll need a mallet. And then what else do you need? Maybe a set of pliers, for example, if like you put a dowel in the wrong hole and you needed to get it out. But again, that's kind of like a human error thing. Like if you're doing your job properly, you would never need those pliers. It's only when you do things like what I do, where you try to go too fast and don't pay attention to what you're doing, and then you got to jack a dowel out of a hole. What else? The other thing I wound up talking to the kid, and I said to him, he was all gung-ho about like getting to his last job. And I said, listen, man, you're booking these jobs like way too tight together. The other thing that wound up coming out after the fact that he didn't tell us originally was he prefaced it with the customer that he might be a little bit late. And what time he actually showed up, the window was between like 3 and 4. And what time he actually showed up was 2.5 hours after the end of the window. And he didn't tell us that immediately because presumably he was embarrassed and he knew he was in the wrong. So I was like, listen, man, if you're booking things and you're getting to them 2.5 hours late, there is nothing to talk about. You're booking them way incorrectly. And so the next thing I told him was, listen, man, like, I understand that day you probably made a shitload of money, so, like, good for you, I guess. But I can guarantee you that customer is never going to call you again. You have lost a customer. So you gained a 2-hour minimum on a job that you only worked an hour for. So bravo to you for getting a free hour, I guess. But you didn't really, I mean, you got a free hour out of it, but you've lost their business forever. So, like, short-term thinking would be like, all right, let's just say this guy's making, like, I don't even know what he's making. I have no idea. For shits and giggles, let's just call it $75 an hour. So you made $150 today, and let's call $75 of that was, like, free money or whatever you want to call it. But what was the cost to you? You got a 3-star review, which is not good. It indicates to other people that, I probably don't want to hire this guy. There's probably better choices. I can almost guarantee you they're never going to call you again, and they voiced their displeasure both through the review and the comment that they left, as well as to you directly, letting you know that they weren't very happy with what had happened. So I was like, listen, you lost their business for lifetime, so you gained an extra $75 that you basically scammed them out of, but you've now lost a lifetime of business. $150 is a drop in the bucket for what you could have gotten out of these people long term if you had acted like a professional. So what do I mean by that? Bring tools to do the job properly. Show up when you say you're going to show up. Do everything you hired for. Do more than what you hired for. Your job is a service professional. Take pride in the fact that you're there to help them and do jobs for them and book them as a lifetime client. Your goal should be, from the time you walk in their house to the time you leave their house, there is no other consideration that they're ever going to call someone else unless you're not available. And usually what that means is, if you're doing your job really well, usually what that means is some version of, I don't want to call anyone else. I'm going to wait for you to be available. When are you open in your schedule? Oh, a week from now? All right, I'll wait for you. I don't want to call anyone else. That's the goal. You should be able to make that happen in an hour's worth of time. Hour of time with this person, you should be able to get them so they never call anyone else. And if you're not doing that, you could be doing things better. Whether you want to hear that or not, it's probably hard to hear. You could be doing things better. All right, guys, thanks for listening. I appreciate it. As always, if you need to get a hold of me, info@huskymoving.com. Huskymoving.com is our website. And if you found any value in this, like and subscribe, please. Thank you.